Shalom and good day all, this is Healing29 back again for some indie comic reviews, and in these indie comic reviews I'll be covering issue 6 of Hyde Street and Youngblood Deluxe or Youngblood issue 2. I'll now get things ready and organised for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So as we move into first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art around the beginning, middle, and also the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with the character known as Pranky, who has sort of like exposed some of the operations of the woman who is known as Devourer or Devour in the series, and in essence, he has sort of like stopped a soul from being taken, to which we also learn that with her deliveries, she's actually gotten quite a number of deliveries out of certain products that she has sold, because I guess she is in a way sort of like as a personal fitness type of coach of sorts that runs her own shop too. So as this is occurring, we have the character of Mr. X-Ray, who has disguised himself as Freddy here, which I thought was quite interesting. Who else do we know is a Freddy in the horror genre? And in this, he has taken people to a cinema, or had people brought to a cinema, and whilst they're at the cinema, they sort of like get to see an expose of their life until a certain event occurs. Of course, towards the end, Pranky is kicked out of the shop, or leaves Fingo locked up in the shop, as many of them are, of course, still working on getting souls for, I guess, some form of underworld competition. It's nice to see these advertisements again within the Hyde Street. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story. So first things first, do we get anything time-wise as to when some of these things are taking place time-wise throughout the day? No, we don't. Next is the locations. Of course, we get to see a shop and also a cinema. Last but not least, the main cast of characters. We have Devourer, Mr. X-Ray, and last but not least, Pranky, who was there at the beginning as well as the end, or towards the end. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Youngblood issue 2. So, as we move into Youngblood issue 2, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, because as you can see here, we actually get to see a number of the characters that make up this particular group. From Bad Rock, Combat, Chapel, Vogue, and whoever else. For that, I give a 7 out of 10, because we do actually get to see them within the story. Now it's time to move into having a look around the beginning, middle, and end, as we have a look at the area of the internal art, but also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we sort of like get a bit of a flashback around one of the characters and how they came to be in this particular unit. Of course, we get to experience some of the trials and tribulations that they've been through, and also some training too. As we get to see a number of the characters, the art in this is actually really quite good, and of course the setup for the next issue. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. So first things first, did we get anything time-wise? So anything that might be hinting to, say, something that might have happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Did we get anything that might have connected to the flashback that was shown? No, we didn't. No, it wouldn't have hurt to include it in it. And I think because of that, being so early in this, it is actually going to lose some points. So how much points will also affect the story rating. Next is the location, to which we had only Berlin come up. I assure you that it felt like there were maybe more locations, like Berlin, maybe a training facility. Where the training facility was, no idea. Like, even if they put a training facility in an unknown location, I think that would have helped a bit. Last but not least, we have the cast of characters consisting of Badrock, Combat, Chapel, Vogue, Die Hard, Shaft, Brahma, Riptide, Photon, Sentinel, Sci-Fi, and Cougar. For my overall story rating, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I have decided that I will follow the first arc in this and how things will go after the first arc. Whether I will choose to continue to follow this series or not. Until then, let's keep it colorful and have yourself an awesome day.